Hi, I'm Kerry, and I'm calling this a bedtime story from the Backpack Show. But if you're listening before bed, just to unwind, your secret's safe with me. This story is about Philip Ashley Rix, who woke up at 3 o'clock one morning and decided to become a chocolatier. Not someone who just makes chocolates, a chocolatier who puts blue cheese in white chocolate, who turns collard greens and cornbread into a truffle, who paints Wonder Woman on a cherry pomegranate bonbon. This is a story about what happens when you wake up from a vivid dream and listen to the new voice that says, this is what you're supposed to do. Get comfortable, and I'll tell you the story. Picture Baltimore, Maryland, 3 o'clock in the morning. Philip Ashley Rix is asleep, dreaming about his mother. In the dream, he's a kid again, maybe 8 or 9 years old, and his mother is taking him and his younger brother on one of those marathon shopping trips she used to do. The kind where you're in the mall for hours, and the only thing that keeps you from completely losing your mind is when she hands you a chocolate bar. It's the 1980s in the dream. The chocolate is smooth and sweet. His brother is complaining about something. His mother is moving through the stores with that focused energy she always had. And then, this is where the dream gets weird. Willy Wonka starts dancing through the scene. Philip wakes up. It's 3 in the morning. He's wide awake. And something in his brain has just switched on. You're going to be a chocolatier. That's what the dream told him. And that's when he decided. Just like that. Now, most of us wake up from dreams and think, well, that was weird, and then we go back to sleep. Philip didn't do that. He sat there in the dark and he thought, okay, if I'm going to be a chocolatier, I need to learn everything there is to know about chocolate. So he did. For the next 2 to 3 years, Philip taught himself, not by going to culinary school, though he had studied chemistry in college, which helped. Not by apprenticing in France, although that would have been nice. He taught himself by becoming, as he calls it, an encyclopedia of flavor. He studied spices, herbs, wines, whiskeys. He traveled. He ate. He tasted everything he could get his hands on. He learned how to make ganache, the creamy center of a chocolate truffle, and practiced until he could do it on demand, perfectly, every single time. And then he thought, what if I put things in chocolate that nobody else would think to put there? What if chocolate could taste like a 3-course meal? What if it could taste like a memory? Imagine you're Philip, standing in your kitchen, thinking about how to turn an idea, any idea, into a flavor. You're not thinking about what chocolate is supposed to be. You're thinking about what it could be. Philip's first big idea was blue cheese. Yes, blue cheese in chocolate. He was asked to create chocolates inspired by music from Stax and Sun Studios in Memphis. One of the songs was Savoy Truffle, written by Eric Clapton for the Beatles. Philip looked up the Savoy region. It's in the French Alps, and discovered they're known for cheese. His brain made the connection. I'll make a cheesecake chocolate, but not with regular cheese, with blue cheese. Most people would stop right there. Blue cheese is pungent. It's sharp. It's the kind of cheese people either love or absolutely hate. But Philip thought, what if I could make it work? So he paired fresh cow's milk blue cheese with white chocolate. The white chocolate is sweet and creamy. The blue cheese is tangy and bold. Together, they create this moment on your tongue where you think, wait, what? How is this actually good? And it became his most popular chocolate, his most requested flavor. The people who buy it most are the ones who say they hate blue cheese, because Philip didn't make a chocolate for people who already love blue cheese. He made a chocolate that changed what people thought blue cheese could be. That's when he knew he was onto something. He started making chocolates inspired by everything: bourbon, blood orange tequila, rose and lychee, collard greens, and cornbread. He made chocolates that looked like Wonder Woman, bright, bold, powerful, and tasted like cherry and pomegranate. He made chocolates for the Grammys, the Emmys, the Oscars. 32,000 pieces of chocolate, each one hand-painted by his father, who used to be a basketball coach and had never painted anything before in his life. He had told Philip, "When I roll over and coaching's not fun anymore, I'm going to come work with you." Philip's father had spent 38 years as a basketball coach and history teacher, and now he paints chocolates. Every morning, he comes in and settles into his workspace, painting piece after piece with steady hands. The same discipline that helped him coach 1,000 basketball games now helps him paint 1,000 tiny works of art. So now Philip's dad paints chocolates every single day. 99% of the Philip Ashley chocolates you see, his father painted. These days, Philip works in his Memphis studio with his father by his side, father and son working together, creating something beautiful. One time, backstage at the Grammys, Philip met Stevie Wonder. They talked about vegan recipes and music and chocolate. And when a reporter asked Stevie Wonder what his favorite song was, Stevie smiled and said, "I haven't written it yet." Philip loved that answer, because it's true for him too. His favorite chocolate? He hasn't made it yet. And that's okay. That's good even, because it means there's always something new to discover. Another flavor waiting to be born. Another 3 a.m. dream just waiting to inspire you. Chocolate for Philip is a language. It's how he tells stories about people and places and moments in time. A wedding that tastes like rose and champagne. A grandmother's kitchen that tastes like bourbon and caramel. A summer day in New Orleans that tastes like chicory and pralines. The chocolate itself is just the medium. The story is what you taste. And every single day, Philip gets to wake up and do work that started with a dream. Philip Ashley Rix keeps his imagination in his backpack. That's what he said when we asked what he'd bring with him. Just his imagination, because with that, anything is possible. He followed a dream that woke him at 3 a.m. He learned everything he needed to know. He found his father by his side, and now he spends his days turning impossible ideas into beautiful, delicious reality. Flavors that taste like memories. Stories you can hold in your hand and then let melt slowly on your tongue. Sometimes the best ideas come to you when you're asleep. If you want to see more of Philip's work, the link to his chocolates is in the description. And the full conversation is there too. Sleep well, and I'll see you next week with another story from the Backpack Show. Sweet dreams.